I'm going to be flying with Wizz Air today from London to Abu Dhabi for under $100. Flights on this route typically cost around $500, so I had to try this option out. I'll start by making a quick hop from London to Vienna before boarding Wizz Air's longest scheduled passenger flight from Vienna to Abu Dhabi, taking over 5 hours. Abu Dhabi is a great city with plenty to offer, and you can also get to Dubai in just 1 hour down the road. Is this trip worth the savings? Will I be able to get comfortable? Join me as I fly long haul on a low-cost carrier. I'll show you exactly how to book the same journey for under $100, and in true Fly Man Yan style, I'll throw in a few dashes of luxury if you want to splash a bit more cash, including visiting the 2024 Best Priority Pass Lounge in the world. So with that said, let's get this journey started at London Gatwick Airport. Okay, so I've just arrived at London Gatwick South Terminal where Wizz Air operate from. Unlike the video where I turned low-cost carriers into first-class experiences by paying for all of the extras, today I'm being a bit more sensible. So I'm going to take a gamble with randomly allocated seating since this is a sub 2 hour flight, but we got to have a little bit of luxury. So we'll be checking out the Clubrooms Lounge, which is the most premium of the contract lounges here at Gatwick. Let's go. Wizz Air first launched operations in 2004 and has grown over the past 20 years to be one of the largest low-cost carriers in Europe, with over 200 aircraft serving destinations all over the continent. Unlike other European low-cost carriers, which typically don't fly further than a few North African countries, Wizz Air has expanded their network to cover countries in North Africa, the Middle East, Western and Central Asia, helped by the formation of its subsidiary Wizz Air Abu Dhabi in 2020. It now serves over 190 destinations across 3 continents. Now, let's get back to Gatwick. Wizz Air have a few check-in desks here, but since I'm only carrying hand baggage today, I'll make my way straight to departures. I'm just checking in and downloading my mobile boarding pass. Hopefully I don't get a middle seat. Nice. Okay, 28A at the back window. Let's get through security. And I'm getting started with the small touches of luxury by skipping the regular security channel and using the fast track one. This typically costs £8 on the day, but since I've reserved the space in the Clubrooms Lounge, it gives me complimentary access to use the fast track security channel. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Even better, I managed to get through in only 3 minutes today. If you're visiting any of the lounges here, there's a secret passageway straight after security to the left, which lets you skip the duty-free maze and drops you on the upper level by the lounge entrances. Security was nice and quick today, so now I'm taking this little passageway to the lounge. Let's go. The Clubrooms Lounge is the most premium of the contract lounges in Gatwick South, offering a la carte table service, but it does come with a premium entry price of £45, which is over double the price of my first flight. I used my Dragon Pass to get in, but still paid £15 to guarantee my spot in advance. Although, just as I was getting comfortable and about to place my food order, this happened.
Attention, attention. The fire alarm has been activated. Evacuate the area immediately.
So unfortunately, there was no table service for me today as we evacuated the terminal and waited outside for quite a while. Eventually, they let us back in, but without enough time to get back to the lounge. Not to worry though, I managed to get a full refund and will be visiting the 2024 Best Global Priority Pass Lounge next in Vienna, so stick around to see that. Okay, so I've just made it back inside the terminal. There was a fire alarm and we had to evacuate. We were all sent outside. It was a bit of a mess, to be honest. They tried to send us through passport control first. We were mixing with arrivals, then they split us into another tunnel. Eventually we ended up outside at the fire evacuation point, waiting there for about 40-50 minutes with no information, and then eventually they just let us back in the terminal. So a bit messy, not sure what happened, but I'm back in. I don't have time to go enjoy the lounge now, so I'm just going to make my way straight to the gate and let's get to Vienna. I'm in seat 28A today, which is a regular seat. I found it comfortable enough for a sub 2 hour flight. The legroom was fine, and especially for such a short flight, I don't care too much. We're on an A321neo, which is Wizz Air's flagship aircraft. Now that everyone had finished boarding, it was time to take off and make our way towards Vienna. I didn't bother eating or drinking anything on this flight, but I'll be checking out the food on offer on the next flight. But first, let's discuss the cost of this first leg. I booked this flight 1 month before departure, where the regular price was £28.99. But since I'm a member of Wizz Discount Club, I got it for £19.99. Wizz Discount Club is priced in euros at £39.99 a year and gives you €10 or £9 off every flight for you and one companion. So if you know you're going to take more than 4 Wizz flights in a year, this is definitely worth it. Back on board, the flight was coming to an end, and we started our approach into Vienna International Airport.
I've just landed in Vienna. That was a pretty quick and painless flight. Let's just hope the 5+ hour flight tomorrow is just as painless. But for now, I've made it to the city centre. I'm going to enjoy the afternoon here, and I'll see you all in the morning. Good morning from Vienna. It's an early start for me this morning. It's about 5:30 a.m. and we're on our way to the main event, Wizz Air's longest scheduled passenger flight, Vienna to Abu Dhabi. It's going to be over 5 hours of flight time on one of the most densely configured A321neos in the world. So hopefully I can get comfortable, and hopefully there's no fire alarm today, so I can enjoy the Vienna Lounge, which, by the way, was the #1 rated priority pass lounge in the world for 2024. So right now I'm going to catch the city airport train, and I'll see you over there.
Wizz Air operates from Terminal 1 here at Vienna, and again, I've only got my backpack with me, so I'm heading straight to departures.
Okay, no fast track for me today, but it's fairly early, so I reckon it should be fine. But I'm not taking a chance with a random seat today, so I've reserved an exit row window seat. I've downloaded my boarding pass. Let's get through security. Security only took like 2 minutes, so let's go find this lounge. Oh, wrong way.
The lounge is immediately to the right as you exit the duty-free shopping area and up 1 level using the spiral staircase or the elevator. Access is €55 on the day, €44 if booked online in advance, or if you're using Priority Pass or Dragon Pass, you can simply pay a €5 supplement on arrival. Welcome to the Vienna Lounge.
Just made it to the lounge and had a quick look around. I'm pretty impressed so far. The fit and finish is very high quality. First things first, I'm gonna go take a shower and then let's get some breakfast.
The shower rooms are available on a first come first served basis, and I was able to get one immediately when requested. They're pretty spacious, feel modern, come equipped with a Dyson hairdryer, and a set of towels are provided.
That's better. Let's get some food.
The breakfast offering has a selection of pastries, cold cuts, cheeses, hot buffet options, and a coffee station. I made myself a sandwich with ham, cheese, and a hash brown. This hit the spot, although I'd have much preferred to be here to see the lunch and dinner offering, as I find breakfasts are generally weak in a lot of lounges and also in the Sky. Let's have a look around the lounge. Apart from the very high quality finish I mentioned earlier, I also noticed just how large this lounge is. There's a dining area by the entrance. Seating is available all around the lounge by the large runway facing windows, which gives great views of departing aircraft. For a bit of fresh air, you can step outside onto the outdoor terrace, which I always love seeing in lounges. Let me know what you think the best airport lounge terrace is in the comments.
You can also catch up with the news in this TV area at the back, which also has quite a few desks available for working, with 2 European power sockets each. Luggage lockers are available to drop your bags off during your stay, and the toilets share the same modern design as the showers. Back in the lounge though, I made my way to the most important section, the self-serve bar, and poured myself a glass of sparkling wine. I got comfortable in one of the sofas by the window and enjoyed the views until it was time for boarding.
Okay, just finished up in the lounge. I can see why it was #1 lounge. For a contract lounge, the fit and finish was really nice. I wasn't too impressed by the food options, but it is breakfast, and I know usually breakfast isn't the best. But now let me get to the gate. It's time to go to Abu Dhabi. Let's go.
Boarding was from gate D21 today, and it was a short walk across the ramp to get to the A321neo we'd be flying on today. I'm in seat 18A for this flight, which is an exit row window seat, and as you can see, there is plenty of legroom. I didn't want to risk being cramped in a regular seat for this 5-hour flight, and even better, after boarding had completed, the middle seat was one of the only seats on the plane which wasn't occupied, so it gave me and my seatmate in 18C a bunch of extra space. But we'll see later on if that was enough. The crew started the safety demonstration as we taxied towards the runway to begin Wizz Air's longest passenger flight. Once we had reached altitude, it wasn't long until the cabin crew sprung into action and started the first round of onboard service. I ordered the turkey ham and cheese baguette for €5.50, and since there were no sparkling wine options on this leg, I opted for a Bloody Mary instead, for €9. When you order a sandwich and drink combo, Wizz gives you either a pack of peanuts or a bar of chocolate for free. So, let's review the meal service. The baguette tasted fine. It's a Wizz Air sandwich, so let's not pretend it's going to win any awards, but all things considered, mainly the fact that I'm stuck on the plane for 5 hours without any other options, it did the job. Next up, the drink. Can you believe I had to make the cocktail myself? Everything was going well until I sprayed myself in the seat back when opening the tomato juice can. Not to worry though, after a quick cleanup, I topped off the drink with a bit of black pepper, and it was actually pretty tasty. And strong. And finally, the dessert course. The Wizz chocolate bar was fairly small, but since it's free, I won't complain. And it tasted very similar to a Kinder chocolate bar, which I really like. So all in all, a decent meal service. I spent the next hour or so watching YouTube videos on my phone to kill some time, and while I was doing this, I was super thankful for the empty seat next to me. It really makes a big difference just being able to lean over to one side a bit more. It was about halfway through the flight at this point, so I decided to go stretch my legs a little bit.
Okay, halftime match analysis. It's been about 2.5, 3 hours. I'm getting a little bit restless, but comfort-wise, it's not so bad. Having the middle seat next to me empty is making a huge difference, but that's just good luck. But the extra legroom, definitely worth the extra. I've completely run out of downloaded YouTube videos, so I'm going to try and sleep the rest of the flight off. And anytime I get uncomfortable, I'm just going to think about how cheap this flight was. So let's get back to the seat and we'll talk more about cost.
The regular cost for this flight when I booked it a month before departure was €65.99, but since I'm a Wizz Discount Club member, I managed to cop it for $55.99. This is incredible value when you consider you're flying for 5 hours and covering over 2,600 miles of distance on a route that would typically cost 4 to 6 times the price on Etihad in economy. Granted, Etihad is a full-service carrier, but you're paying an extra few €100 for what? 3 extra inches of legroom, an in-flight entertainment screen, and an included plane meal? I'd take that leftover money to get an exit row seat like I've done for about €43, download enough videos to last you the flight like I didn't do today, and pay a few euros for a sandwich and drink from the airport or on board. You'd still have hundreds of euros left over to spend on something nice in Abu Dhabi. Back in the cabin, the crew had started with the second round of onboard service. I've only ever seen one round of service on my previous Wizz flights, so it's nice to see they're adjusting it for such an unusually long flight on their network. I didn't order anything else though, and at this point I was getting pretty bored of sitting around and was struggling to fall asleep. I walked around the cabin a bit more to stretch my legs, and when I returned to my seat, the guy next to me had woken up. We ended up talking and sharing stories for the remainder of the flight, which really helped the time fly by. In fact, we even stayed in touch after this and met up a few times in Dubai to hang out. To my surprise, there was even a third round of onboard service through the cabin towards the end of the flight. At this point, my neck was getting a bit stiff from being in the same position for so long, but luckily, as I looked out the window, I could see we were about to cross over the UAE border and start our descent into Abu Dhabi. The descent announcement was music to my ears, and we got a pretty cool view as we flew past Terminal A at Zayed International Airport, before looping around the desert and coming into land. We'd finally made it to Abu Dhabi, 5 hours and 11 minutes of flight time later. The seatbelt sign was switched off, and we were free to disembark the plane.
Okay, we finally made it to Abu Dhabi. Overall, I'd say the flight went pretty well. Having the empty seat next to me made a big difference, and also the extra legroom was definitely worth the extra cost. It's about as comfortable as you're going to get on Wizz Air. And when you factor in the price, it's a no-brainer. I'm not even sure how they're making money on this flight, to be honest, but that's not my problem. We're at Zayed International Airport in the new Terminal A, and just being here is bringing back a lot of good memories, because last time I was here, I flew Etihad first class, so definitely check out that video if you want to see the complete opposite experience of what we just done today. For now, I'm going to try my best to stay awake, and I'm going to meet a friend in the city. So make sure you hit like, leave a comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you next time.
I'm also going to start posting on Instagram and TikTok, so make sure to follow me on those pages and subscribe here to see my next video. Till next time.